had an experience today. I was at the Cheesecake Factory and I was waiting on a pickup order, and a young sister came through, and quite often, I don't know this happens in other cultures, and I'll just be transparent and be specific. I don't know if it happens in white culture. There were 4 of us in line, all of us Black, 3 women, 1 man. And the cashier asked the Black woman behind me what was her order, as if we were all together. And so the sister, she stepped back, and I was like, no, come on, let me just treat you to a slice of cheesecake. And then she went on to tell me her name. And so her name is a very ethnic type name. And so then she gave me the abbreviated version of her name. And I said, if they can say names like, I'm not going to say the whole name because I don't want that person even following in this video, but he used to be the governor of California. So I was like, if they can say his name, they can say your name. I was like, don't minimize yourself. And I just told her, I said, hey, the reason I was so adamant about treating you to a slice of cheesecake is because Black people are not checking for Black women like that. And any opportunity that I get to be able to celebrate a sister, I'm going to take advantage of that opportunity. Then she went on to ask me, where did I learn that from? And I was intrigued by the question to ask, where did I learn advocating and celebrating and checking for Black women from? Well, sis, you'll see this video and you'll know that it's you. I learned that from lived experience. I learned that from being a dark-skinned, full-figured Black woman, and how the world disregards me as a human being. Probably 45 minutes prior to that, I was at dinner at a restaurant that we actually had to get up and leave because a server spilled almost a whole tray of food and salsa on the person I was dining with. And everybody went to go check on the white woman who was bumped accidentally. So she should have been checked on, but they checked on her first. And then they all came to clean up the floor. They didn't even look at the person that I was with, who was covered. The side of their body was completely covered in food and salsa, to the point we had to get up and change, where we were seated. And then we proceeded to wait over 30 minutes for an appetizer. No. We have to check for Black women, because if we don't, then who is and who will? Who's going to advocate for Black women? Who's going to fight for Black women? I think about that sister. I don't know how old she is. I'm going to imagine that she thinks that I'm younger than what I am, and she probably thinks we're the same age, or it could be happening to both of us, that we both don't know how old the other one was, because that wasn't the point of the conversation. The point of the conversation was acknowledging where we were at this particular juncture in our lives, and having to still acknowledge that people dismiss us and overlook us. That's why, the work that I do for Carrie's Touch and fighting for Black women and fighting for their lives and fighting for their voices on a regular basis, that's why I do this work. I do this work to make sure that Black women are seen, heard, and valued, primarily as a human being first. As a human being first. I'm going to say it one more time for the people in the back. As a human being first. And then helping her navigate her journey through breast cancer. So sis, I learned it from lived experience. But I'm going to continue to encourage you to keep on living, keep on fighting, and keep on showing up to the fullest extent of your beautiful name. All right, y'all. Tell me how you feel as a Black woman navigating space. Do you feel seen? Do you feel heard? Do you feel valued?